Okay, hello, greetings and welcome. All right, so we've covered a few interesting topics on this last few videos. So we'll get into something a little bit different next. Bone marrow qigong. I really love bone marrow qigong. Marrow is a very, very interesting thing. We won't sort of worry about it too much from a physiology anatomy perspective. But what we're going to look at is from an energy perspective. Marrow is a storage device. When you vital breathe through the pores and you breathe vital energy and you suck the energy onto the bone, you want it to absorb through the bone into the marrow. So we breathe in, we pull the joints open, straighten the spine, pull that energy nice and deep through the bone into the marrow. Then as we breathe out, we place our will, condense our will into the marrow, breathe out, and condense and bubble the chi into the marrow. It generates a type of heat. So we squeeze the bones very gently with the fascia and the muscles. We condense our will into the marrow, and we relax the mind, the energy, and the bodily sensations into the marrow. We condense the chi in the marrow. Now, of course, you have to go through vital breathing, building the ball. I've got a video on that on YouTube. Go through that process of feeling vital energy and then condensing what you feel into the marrow. Now, this is generally used as a pre-workout exercise. So you want to do this exercise before you train. The reason we do it before is it's actually not a very good way to store energy for long term. It's a good way to charge energy into a battery when you're going to use the energy out of the battery right now. So let's say you're going to go for a run. Do your bone marrow breathing for 10 minutes, and then go for a run. And you'll find that the electricity coming out of your body that stimulates that air fascia to make you float and run faster increases. The power coming out of your marrow is stronger. Your will is being stored in your marrow. You can run further, you can run faster and with less effort because you have more stored will. Okay, so this bone marrow qigong, storing energy in the marrow, huge benefit before training. Let's say you do the bone marrow qigong and then you go to bed. You're not going to be getting a lot of sleep. You have fire, willpower stored. You're going to be overheating. You're going to be emotional, irritable, cranky. There's too much energy there. It's more energy than what your body's used to. So how do we do this? This requires an exercise called Wuji breathing or Akasha breathing. Now, I'll go through on the videos of how to release time in the vital energy to thicken it up and slow it down, how to release space within the energy so that it becomes a type of mind substance, and how to go into the infinity underneath it to absorb that energy into the empty space under the form. Now, you look at the beginning of a Tai Chi form or Qigong systems, they'll talk about the Dantian, the lower center, and Wuji standing. Wuji being emptiness, release of time, space, and consciousness. And when you go to the center of gravity of something, you charge it up with vital energy, then you release time, space, and consciousness. It goes into the empty space under the energy, in its center of gravity, and it's seeking to come back. It goes in, it stores in the empty space, and it's sort of like a slingshot where it wants to return to form, because that's where it came from. Now, when you do this with the marrow, you recognize the emptiness through the Akasha breathing exercise of releasing time, space, and going into the feeling qualities of infinite consciousness. And I do call them feeling qualities because you experience them as a reaction to consciousness, as a reaction to form. You accumulate emptiness as a vacuum. What do you feel? The effects of the vacuum. So as you go through the Akasha breathing Qigong exercises and learn how to go into this Akashic trance, you open the door to the empty space under form, and that's where you store energy safely. You have people talking nonsense. Store it in this pearl, put it in your Dantian, put it in a globe of light. That's all going to overheat you and drive you insane. It gives you a supernatural ego. It is a false teaching. Don't do it. It's not good for you, it's not healthy, it's not good for your mind, it's not good for your body, it's not good for your emotional state of well-being. Any energy you charge into a mental, astral, or physical state needs to be used straight away once you used it. If you put it into an Akashic state, it's not subject to time. You can release it back out into your mind, into your feeling, into your body for later use. And this is a metaphysical law. Okay, so bone marrow breathing. Learn how to store vital energy in the marrow for immediate use. If you've done the Akasha breathing exercises, then go into the Akashic substance underneath the marrow and then relax and absorb that excess energy out of the marrow into the Akasha. If you're unable to do that, have a shower, release it into the water. Make a prayer to the Spirit of Water. May the Spirit of Water purify my mind as you have a shower. May the Spirit of Water purify my feelings. And may the Spirit of Water purify this body. And that happens every time you have a shower anyway. How do you feel after a shower? Physically clean, emotionally clean, and mentally refreshed. When you connect to the consciousness of what is water globally as a planet, it does something different. It connects to the essence and fabric of consciousness, which causes your physical body to be cleaned. And this affects the surface tension of water. Prayer affects surface tension. That's a scientific fact. Prayer will affect your emotional state. That's a scientific fact. Prayer will affect your mental state. That is a fact. So when you go to the Spirit of Water and you generate prayer, all these mental cohesive qualities, these emotional cohesions, these physical tension, surface tension and water, change how it interacts with your body. So if you need to release energy, very powerful method. All right, so I hope that helps with bone marrow breathing and storing energy safely and the Spirit of Water. Thanks for your time. See you on the next video. Stay happy.